ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Pre-calculus, advanced algebra, intermediate algebra, trigonometry, elementary algebra, geometry. Mga araling dapat tuklasin. Mathematics Learning Area. Mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan. Mathematics, maaasahan, inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing!
Hi! May I share you this quote from the unknown author? Push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you.
Yes, and it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. From Confucius.
Okay. Amazing Thursday morning to each and everyone. Happy Fiesta Aurora! Happy 4th Calamansi Festival. So ngayon ang start ng ating fiesta. Oh, di ba? So meron tayong tatlong araw. Yes, 28, 29, 30. Buti na lang, walang banketo ng umaga.
Yes.
O, di ba? Kasi baka nandun na yung mga learners natin pagka umaga, di ba? Okay, so kumusta po kayong lahat? How are you doing? Especially to our grade 9 learners. Time check, it's already 8 o'clock in the morning. And today is Thursday, April 28, 2022. Ready na ba kayo, our grade 9 learners? Welcome to Mata Live sa Facebook Live. And happy listening on Dance Radio 106.3 FM. Yours truly is Teacher Marife Guillermo at syempre, ang aking partner na gumawa ng kanyang presentation designer and RBI scriptwriter ngayong araw na ito, Teacher Marilyn Martin Juliano.
Yes, thank you, Teacher Marife. Good morning. Special greetings to our officer in charge, the head teacher 5 of English Learning Area, Ma'am Ophelia S. Roleta, and of course, to all head teachers, especially to our General Supervisory Head, Ma'am Merlinda Dayaw Dante, and to the dance faculty and staff, especially to the teachers of Mathematics Learning Area. We would like also to welcome and acknowledge our clientele for today, the grade 9 learners.
Yes.
So, grade 9 Mendel, Darwin, Pasture, SPJ, SPA, Anonas, Atis, Chico, Macopa, Dalandan, Mingo, Guyabano, and of course, may 3 grade 9 classes na yung Avocado, Lanzones, and Calamansi. Please keep watching and listening till the end of this episode.
May pa-special mention pa si Teacher Marilyn, ha? Dapat maging active kayo mamaya.
Yes.
O, gising na ba ang ating mga grade 9 learners? Bangon-bangon na, puyat ba kayo? O, hindi pwedeng mapuyat, 'di ba? Kasi oras na ng pag-aaral. Ngayong oras na ito, 8 o'clock to 9:30. It's mathematics time again. So third year learners, don't forget to comment your full name and section to the chat box for your attendance. At syempre, inaanyayahan namin kayong sumali sa ating math quiz mamaya. Okay, so meron tayong 5 tanong. So, whoever will be the first 10 students who can send the correct answer will be included in the math raffle. And will have the chance to win 30 pesos worth of load sponsored by Ma'am Larna Tan Nevado and Engineer Ali J. Reyes Bagulo. Okay, to our dear sponsors, thank you so much po and God bless you more.
So before we start, let's introduce our learning facilitators for today. So we would
Yes.
like to acknowledge the electronic raffle coordinators, Teacher Lorelie V. Nitura and Teacher Naida V. Mangabag. And the discussants of today's session, the smart and innovative Master Teacher 1 of Mathematics Learning Area, Teacher Maria Corazon Akpal Molina, together with the energetic and techy Teacher 3 of Mathematics Learning Area, Teacher Delma Ferrer Quaresma. She's also our iFever writer. And of course, our very hardworking and supportive technical specialist, Teacher Jashel Reson Guillermo, Teacher Dennis Mendoza, and Teacher Mark Pagamaspan.
Okay, so bago po tayo pumunta sa airing ng RBI lesson natin, nakikita ko ang kulay green kasi ibig sabihin kalamansi.
Yes.
Diba? Kulay green kasi siya. Okay, so our dear learners, kindly prepare the following your learning activity sheets for week 2. Grade 9 learners, bring out your learning activity sheets for week 2. Angle of elevation and depression. Then, validating questions and summative tests. Prepare also your paper and pen and of course, your calculator if you have.
Yes, and of course, the learning competencies for today. Of course, my dear learners, don't forget to find safe and conducive place to study. And these are the learning competencies for today. First, we have to illustrate angles of elevation and angles of depression and use trigonometric ratios to solve real-life problems involving right triangles. So, ready na siguro natin ibigay, Teacher Marife, ang first Roleta question.
Yes. Okay, unang tanong.
Wala pa yung ating PowerPoint. Ito na.
Yan
Yan.
na. Okay. Suppose you are on the second floor of the Doña Aurora National High School Gymnasium and you left your favorite cat downstairs because it was sick. What kind of angle is formed when you look down? A. Angle of elevation. B. Angle of depression. C. Right angle. Suppose you are on the second floor of the Doña Aurora National High School Gymnasium and you left your favorite cat downstairs because it was sick. What kind of angle is formed when you look down? A. Angle of elevation. B. Angle of depression. C. Right angle. Okay. So this time, may we have now the airing of the RBI lesson titled Angle of Elevation and Angle of Depression.
Dance Radio, siniharalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area,
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3,
Dance Radio.
learning is amazing!
An amazing day to our dear listeners, especially to our grade 9 learners. This is your school on the air in mathematics. It is a great privilege that you can join us in another episode of fun-filled learning through radio. Make it a habit to tune in to our school's radio station, 106.3 DWDR-FM, Dance Radio. I am your host for today. I am teacher Rufino Arpomeda Jr. of Doña Aurora National High School. Let us start today with positivity. I hope that you will enjoy learning while listening to your lesson over the radio. Please get your learning activity sheets together with your paper, pen, ruler, and calculator. As a preparation for the lesson, open your learning activity sheets on page 1 and make sure to take down important points presented in today's lesson. I hope all are set and you are now ready to learn from our lesson for today that is all about angles of elevation and depression. Here is your radio teacher for today, Teacher Roleta S. Santos.
A wonderful day, our dear grade 9 learners. I am Teacher Roleta, and I will be with you for our lesson on angles of elevation and depression. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Let's review your previous lesson about trigonometric ratios. What are the 6 trigonometric ratios?
The 6 trigonometric ratios are sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent, ma'am.
Very good. Which of these trigonometric ratios, sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent, is the ratio of the hypotenuse to the opposite side?
Cosecant, ma'am.
That's right. Cosecant is the ratio of the hypotenuse to the opposite side. What is the ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side with respect to angle theta?
The ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side with respect to angle theta is called cotangent, ma'am.
Very good. The ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side with respect to angle theta is called cotangent. What does SOHCAHTOA means?
SOHCAHTOA means sine equals opposite side over hypotenuse. Cosine equals adjacent side over hypotenuse. And tangent equals opposite side over adjacent side, ma'am.
Wow! You remembered it correctly. How about cosecant, secant, and cotangent? What can you say about cosecant, secant, and cotangent?
Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, ma'am.
Absolutely right. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. We will use the concept of trigonometric ratios in our topic today. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
For today's lesson, we are going to illustrate angles of elevation and angles of depression. Let us start with an activity titled Look Up, Look Down. Listen with the instructions carefully. Bring with you your pen and paper as you go outside your house and look up. Go, go, go! Next, list down what you see. Ready? Go, go, go! Time is up! Kindly read your list of what you have seen when you look up.
I saw tall trees, electrical poles, Delphi Tower, and birds, ma'am.
Good observation. Have you seen the same, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
That's nice. Now, look down and list down what you see. Ready? Go, go, go! Time is up! Please read your list of what you have seen when you look down.
I saw stones, our dog, potted plants, and dried leaves, ma'am.
Wow! You really spread your eyes. What can you say about the things you saw when you look up?
I think, ma'am, when I look up, the things I saw are higher and taller than I am.
That's right. So, when you look up, the things you saw were higher and taller than you. Right, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
How about when you look down? What is your realization?
Ma'am, when I look down, I realize that the things I saw were smaller or lower than me.
You're right. When you looked down, the things you saw were smaller or lower than you. Right, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you experienced watching an international pageant like Miss Universe?
Yes, ma'am.
How do candidates walk? Have you observed how they walk? Do they look up or look down?
No, ma'am. They neither look up nor look down when they walk. Their walk is called catwalk because they walk like a cat. Very light and they look straight. Eye level only.
Fantastic! You really love watching beauty pageant because you know many things about it. If you will not look up or down, just like the candidates in the beauty pageant, what do you think is the imaginary line that can be drawn from your eyes to the object that you observe?
I think, ma'am, the imaginary line that can be drawn from the eyes to the object that I observe without looking up or down is a horizontal line.
That's right! In mathematics, line of sight is the imaginary line that connects the eye of an observer to the object being observed. Line of sight is the observer's eye. Please get your paper, pencil, and ruler. Draw horizontal line from observer's eye. Are you ready? Go, go, go! Are you done, my dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, draw a balloon above the horizontal line. Connect the balloon and the observer's eye. What do you observe?
I observe that there is an angle formed from two lines of sight, ma'am.
That's correct. What do you call that kind of angle?
Angle of elevation, ma'am.
Why do you say so? How can you say that it is an angle of elevation?
I say that it's an angle of elevation because the angle formed from the horizontal line of sight of the observer to the object above man.
Absolutely right. An angle of elevation is an angle that is formed between horizontal line and the line of sight. If the line of sight is upward from the horizontal line, then the angle formed is
Angle of elevation, ma'am.
very good. If the line of sight is upward from the horizontal line, then the angle formed is an angle of elevation. Remember it, dear learners.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go back to your paper. Draw a stone below the horizontal line. Then, connect the stone and the observer's eye. Ready? Go, go, go! Now, do you observe another angle form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kindly describe another angle that was formed.
Another angle formed was the angle from the horizontal line of sight of the observer to the stone, ma'am.
Can you identify what kind of angle is that?
It is an angle of depression, ma'am.
Why do you say so?
The angle formed is a downward angle, ma'am.
Brilliant answer! Angle of depression is an angle formed between the horizontal line of sight of the observer and the object below. Let's have another example after the short break.
Naku, malapit na ang pasahan ng outputs.
Retrieval time na naman. Narito ang mga dapat mong tandaan sa pagpasa ng outputs mo, Kadonyan.
Tiyaking nakasulat ang iyong pangalan sa bawat subject na iyong ipapasa.
Oops, huwag ding kalimutang isulat ang iyong seksyon kung saan ka kabilang.
Mahalagang lagyan din ng label na Week 1
Week 2, 3 o 4 ang iyong outputs kung anong aralin
at bilang nito upang malaman ng guro kung kumpleto ang iyong ipinasang outputs sa bawat linggo. Kadonyan!
Kung maaari, isulat din ang pangalan ng iyong guro sa bawat subject.
Kung may color coding, sundin ito upang madaling malaman ng iyong advisor at maibigay sa tamang guro.
Paghiwalayin ang mga sagutang papel sa bawat subject.
Huwag paghaluin ang iyong mga sagot sa dalawang subject sa iisang papel.
Kung masusunod mo ang mga ito, tiyak ang mga guro ay hindi malilito.
Sa pagpasa ng mga outputs, tiyaking maayos at organisado.
Ayusin ang output batay sa mga sumusunod na bawat aralin.
Una, sagot ng mga gawain. Pangalawa, refleksyon.
Pangatlo, lingguang pagtataya.
At pang-apat, summative test kung mayroon.
Isang paalala mula sa pamunuan ng Tonya Aurora National High School at ng istasyong ito.
We're back! Please open your learning activity sheets on page 1. Your task is to identify whether the angle formed in the given situation is an angle of elevation or an angle of depression. Is it clear, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, suppose you are on the top of a mountain and you left your favorite dog from your starting point because it was sick. What kind of angle is formed when you look down? Ready? Go, go, go!
Angle of depression, ma'am.
That's correct. Next, while thinking about your dog, you saw an airplane flying. What kind of angle is formed?
Angle of elevation, ma'am.
Absolutely right! Let's proceed to activity 3 titled Illustrate Me. Given the real-life situations, identify whether it illustrates angle of elevation or angle of depression. Write AE if it shows angle of elevation and AD if it shows angle of depression. Please read the situation number 1.
A boy who is up on the tree while looking at his sister picking up fruits on the ground.
Thank you. Determine whether the given situation represents an angle of elevation or angle of depression. AE or AD. Ready? Go, go, go!
AD, ma'am.
Why do you say so?
It is AD because the line of sight or the observer's eye is downward, ma'am.
Very well said. Any other reason?
Ma'am, it is AD because it is between the horizontal line and object below.
That's also correct. Wonderful! Now, let's have situation number 2. A swimmer looking at a flying bird. Again, a swimmer looking at a flying bird. AE or AD? Ready? Go, go, go!
AE, ma'am.
And why is it AE?
Ma'am, it is AE because the line of sight of the swimmer or the swimmer's eye is upward.
That is correct. It's AE because the line of sight of the swimmer or the swimmer's eye is upward. You may continue answering questions in the activities in your most convenient time after this episode. If you still have questions on how to do the activities, you can message or call your teacher in Mathematics 9. Don't forget to answer the reflection part on your learning activity sheets. We shall have a recap of today's lesson after this reminder.
Facts about COVID-19. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. What are symptoms of COVID-19? Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulties. How can we prevent COVID-19? To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hand often. Maintain a safe distance. Wear masks when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home when you feel unwell, and if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention.
This health advisory is brought to you by World Health Organization, Doña Aurora National High School, and this station.
We're back! Let us have a recap of our lesson today. How will you differentiate an angle of elevation and angle of depression?
Angle of elevation is the angle from horizontal line of sight of the observer to the object above, while angle of depression is the angle from horizontal line of sight of the observer to the object below, ma'am.
Wow! Excellent, my dear learners! Amazing! You really listened well, dear learners. How can we use angle of elevation and angle of depression in real life?
The pilot might see the airport runway, distant buildings, or even mountains in his field of view. That is an angle of depression, ma'am.
Wow! That's nice to hear. What else?
Ma'am, when we elevate our eyes to look at the top of the building or see birds in the sky, that is an angle of elevation, ma'am.
Wow! Brilliant applications. Any more?
Mom, when I have problems, from the deepest chamber of my heart, I elevate my prayers to God, Mom.
You said it right, dear learners. Not only our problems, our sorrows and failures, but even our joys, happiness, and success, we elevate them to God. Amen?
Amen!
I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today and you have mastered all the concepts discussed. You will apply these concepts during the assessment. So, please don't forget them so that you will be able to perform well in the given assessment. Wow! We're done! Thank you for listening. I hope that you've learned amazing things from today's lesson. If you still have questions on how to do the activities, you can message or call your teacher in Mathematics 9. Until the next episode of Fun-Filled Learning in Mathematics 9 through radio. I am Teacher Rowella S. Santos. Have a wonderful day. Bye!
Thank you very much, Teacher Rowella, for a very informative day. Take note, my dear learners. You can submit your outputs online through Facebook, Messenger, or Google Classroom so that you don't have to submit the hard copy. You may also post your picture while listening to your radio in your respective Facebook groups. Don't forget to write the details and the things that you have learned today as your caption. Don't forget to strictly follow the necessary health protocols that our government has issued when submitting your outputs to the designated area. Make sure to always tune in to our school's radio station, 106.3 DWDR-FM. Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. On behalf of the production team, we would like to thank our very own script writer, Teacher Marilyn M. Juliano. Our script editors and quality assurance team, Teacher Beverlyn L. Ramirez and Ma'am Merlinda D. Dante, Head Teacher 5 of the Mathematics Learning Area. I am your host and your technical specialist, Teacher Rufino R. Pomedid Jr., leaving you this quote to ponder from Tata Gata. Life is just like an angle of depression and an angle of elevation. Thus, it entirely depends upon the viewers from which dimension they will see it. Goodbye!
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area,
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing! Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio is amazing.
Yes! We're back! Wala pa akong picture.
Hindi pa nakikita.
Hindi pa ako nakikita.
Sir
Sir
Joshel.
Dennis, Sir Joshel. Hello. Knock, knock,
Ayan
knock.
na.
Hello, hello, hello. Mapapakanta talaga ako habang napapachatcha si Sir Dennis ngayon is mapapakanta talaga ako. Ayan na. Oh. It's real. Okay,
Sir,
so
ako muna.
we're back
Yes.
to Math Alive sa Facebook Live. Ngayon maglalaro muna tayo by Teacher Marilyn. 4 pics, 1 word.
Sir, yung screen
Yes.
ko muna po.
Masyado kasi kaming maraming...
Dami kaming-
Pasensya ka na, Sir Joshel. Masyado kaming maraming screen. Masyado kaming high-teach. Masyado kaming high-tech. Yung mga kasama ko dito.
Yung sa akin, sir.
Yung kay Teacher Marilyn, Sir Dennis, 4 pics, 1 word. Okay, so habang hinahanap ni Sir Joshel, ni Sir Dennis, siyempre, isa niya lang dito, kaya siyang pinakagwapo sa kanilang 4. Bakit sinabi kong 4, natural, sinali ko si Sir Sunny. Dahil wala na si Sir Sunny, pang-4 na si Sir. Okay. Number 1 si Sir Dennis. Ayan na, Sir. Nakikita na namin.
Ay, sa'yo yun?
Okay. Hindi ba yan? Sa'yo yan. Okay, sige. So, habang hinahanap at sineset up ang next activity na 4 pics 1 word, masaya to. So, may 3 tanong dito si Teacher Marilyn, paghandaan po natin. Okay. Yes, kasi may prize. To, 20 pesos. Magbibigay daw si Teacher Marilyn ng 20 pesos. Manggagaling ba sa'yo ito, Teacher Marilyn? Okay. So, sponsored by Ma'am Larna Tan and
Engineer
Ali J. Reyes Bagulo. Okay, sige. So,
Ayaw
congratulations. So, the answer is letter B.
Sir,
So, congratulations to Christian Vino of 9 Darwin.
parang tinanggal.
Rio Mori de Guzman of 9 Mendel. Glyza Salvador of 9 SPJ. Norilyn S. Ganela of 9 Lanzones. Romar Fajardo of 9 Calamansi. Lorly Faye Orate of 9 SPJ. Mel Terry John Domingo of 9 Darwin. Jewel Lacalilaw of 9 SPJ. Ains Adrian Guya of 9 Mendel. And of course, Fatima Manukdok of 9 Lanzones. Habang binabasa ko yung mga sections dito, napansin ko lang, bakit wala akong 9 Atis, 9 Chico, and 9 Anonas? Where are you? Ha? Bakit wala akong makita dito? Wala akong mabasa sa first 10. Anyway, congratulations sa unang 10 na nakapagbigay ng tamang sagot. Eto na! Spin na natin. Spin na natin. Tignan natin kung sino ang unang mananalo ng 30 pesos worth of load. And congratulations to... Yes! Romar Fajardo of 9 Calamansi.
Yes!
Wow!
Sa akin
Tuwang-tuwa si
yan.
Teacher Marilyn. Pampabueno sa kanyang 4 picks, 1 word mamaya.
Yes.
Diba? Congratulations, Romar Fajardo of 9 Calamansi.
Yes,
Eto na.
congratulations.
Yes. So, ready na ba yung 4 picks, 1 word or you'll just
Ready
give
na,
the
ready
first question?
Ready na, ma'am. Ready na.
Okay, sige.
ba-
Dito muna tayo sa 4 picks, 1 word. Then, bago natin ibigay yung pangalawang tanong.
Yes,
Okay.
para hindi magsabay-sabay sa ating
Yes.
chat box.
Okay, sige.
Okay.
Ready na ba, our dear learners?
Yes, this is the first question. So, meron tayong 4 pictures here. So, 5-letter word. Anong math word ito na nagdi-describe dun sa 4 na picture?
Kung sino yung unang
Ulihin
makakapagbigay
natin.
ng
Yes.
kung sino yung unang makakapagbigay
Pagbigay
ng
ng
tamang sagot. Ayan na.
Ako na, ay naku, eto na naman.
Ayan na. Tama
Okay,
ba?
yes. The correct answer
Si
is...
Yes.
Ayan na.
Correct
Maarangkada
answer
na.
is Angel. And congratulations to Christian Vino.
Vino.
Alam mo noon na perfect niya.
Yes.
Dire-diretso niya. Tignan natin.
So, dahil nauna na siya, wag na
So,
natin
hindi na siya pwede.
para
O, kahit
mabigyan
na
ng-
number 1 siya mamaya.
Yes, para mabigyan
So,
natin ng chance,
yes,
diba?
sige. So,
Okay,
dahil
next.
may-
Next word. Ayan. What mathematical word that describe the 4 pictures related to sa RBI kanina? Kung nakinig sila. Yes. Okay, word na synonym sa downward. Ayan, meron na daw.
Okay.
Naku, siya na
Eins,
naman.
Adrian Guya. Of?
Okay.
Anong section si Eins
Anong
Adrian
word?
Guya?
Sinabi niya?
Depression.
Okay, ang sabi niya ay...
9 Mendel.
Okay.
Wow! Tuwang-tuwa. At dahil dyan, Adrian, napasaya mo si Teacher Lorely. Sino kayang susunod na sasaya sa atin?
Ayan na, ito na. Okay, last word.
Yes. Tingnan
Ayan,
natin.
synonyms to upward.
Ayan na.
Ayan na, synonym to
Ayan
upward.
na.
Upward. Synonym, ano daw yan?
Ano kaya
Question number
yan?
3.
Wow!
Sino?
Lorly Faye Orate of 9 SPJ.
Wait lang, wait lang.
Elevation.
Wait lang. Wait lang, yung sagot niya may angle off na sobrahan. 1 word lang.
Ay, 1 word lang. Okay. Sige. So, si Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin. Sorry,
Sayang,
Lorly Faye
sorry.
Orate. Sorry. Kasi
Oo.
dapat anak elevation lang. So, ang
Yes.
sagot mo kasi may angle. Okay.
Sorry, sayang.
So, pasensya na kung nakulumbia ka, anak. Okay. So, the third winner is Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin.
Yay.
Okay. Elevation. Do, tama pa din si Lorly Faye, kaya lang hindi na masusunod yung
Yung
format.
word kasi, yung
Yung
format.
format. Oo, hindi na siya
Nasobrahan.
masusunod yung format na
Yes.
sobrahan. So, elevation lang dapat. Okay. Sige, congratulations to the 3 winners. Christian Vino, Angeli Pineda, and Adrian Guya. Wow. Congratulations. Okay, bigay na natin ang
Pangalawang tanong.
Ito na ba yung pangalawang
Yes.
tanong? What do you call the angle from the horizontal line to the line of sight of the observer to the object below? A. Angle of depression. B. Angle of elevation. C. Line of sight. What do you call the angle from the horizontal line to the line of sight of the observer to the object below? A. Angle of depression. B. Angle of elevation. C. Line of sight. So, ano pang ginagawa ninyo? Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? I-type na ang iyong pangalan, section, subject teacher. Oh,
Yes.
'di ba? Question
Yes.
number. And of course, ang iyong tamang sagot. Okay? Sige.
Let's review na. Proceed to the review with Teacher Cora. The basic trigonometric ratios. Si Ma'am. Pa kayo para matuwa si Ma'am. Okay, so let us start. In your RBI while ago and during the last RBI and live streaming last week, we took up. Okay. Review na tayo, Sir
Oo.
Jassel.
Mahal ulaw meet lang ni Sir Joshel, hindi kinado na.
Okay.
Disconnect ka na. Okay, disconnect nyo na si
Okay.
Teacher Marilyn. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yes, sir. Oo.
Okay. Ako pa ba?
Yes,
All right. So, may technical problem kanina. So, let us again have the review of the basic trigonometric ratios. So, last RBI or live streaming last week, we discussed the three basic ratios and as well as its inverses. Okay? So, we used mnemonics, three mnemonics, and then we had additional mnemonics. We have the SOHCAHTOA for the basic trigonometric ratios. And for the inverse, we have the CHO-SHAK-HAO. Ayan, siguro naman i-memorize na ninyo. Okay. So, let us consider the angle or triangle on the screen, that is triangle ABC with angle C as the right angle. Of course, since that is a right triangle, we have the two legs which can be called the opposite side and the adjacent side. Yun ang pwedeng mabago, mapag-interchange. Depende sa angle, position ng angle. And of course, we have the longest side which is the hypotenuse. Now, you can, our angle there is theta or angle A, it can be represented by theta. So, opposite theta, opposite angle theta is of course the opposite side, yung katapat niya. And the adjacent side is just the side adjacent to angle A or theta. Okay? So, using the three basic trigonometric ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent, yung angle dyan na nakikita ninyo can be represented by theta. That is the angle. So, if we represent angle by theta, then sine theta is equal to the opposite side of the triangle over its hypotenuse. Okay? So, ang mnemonic dyan is SOH or SO. Then, let's proceed. We have the cosine theta, which is the ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side of the right triangle. And that is represented by the mnemonic CAH. So, that is Ka. And lastly, we have the tangent theta or tangent, then the angle is the ratio of the opposite side to its adjacent side. And it is represented by the mnemonic TOA or TOA. So, Ka,
TOA para mabilis at mabilis ma-master yung tatlong basic trigonometric ratios. Now, back to you, Ma'am Marilyn, for the anatomy of trigonometric function.
Thank you so much, Teacher Cora. Let's now proceed to the anatomy of a trigonometric function. Under review pa rin po ito. So we have the 6 trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, tangent. So opposite niyan, ito yung reciprocal nila. For sine, we have the cosine. For the sine, we have the cosecant. The cosine, we have the secant. And for the tangent, we have the cotangent. So we have the reference angle there, yung angle theta. So we will use the trigonometric functions for 2 reasons. First, to find the missing side, and second, to find the missing angle of the right triangle. Okay, first tayo do sa missing side. The format is the trigonometric function. So yung angle, for example, we have to get the sum side, or for example, sine tayo, we have the opposite side over the hypotenuse, kagaya nung sinabi ni Ma'am Cora kanina. So ito yung ating format. So in our calculator, i-divide lang natin yan. Okay? Pero pag kukuhanin natin yung angle, we're going to use the second key or the shift function. So ang format kasi niyan ay trigonometric function. So inverse, yung may negative 1 sa taas, that is inverse function. And then some side over some other side pa rin, kagaya nung sukatowa na sinabi ni Teacher Cora kanina, equals the missing angle. Pero tatandaan natin mga anak, pag yung angle ang kukuhanin, we have to press the second key or the inverse trigonometric function, unlike dun sa una kanina na pipindutin mo lang yung sign. Wala siyang second key or wala siyang shift. So yun lang ang dapat nating tandaan sa pag-solve or sa pagkuha ng ating missing side and missing angle. Okay, so back to you, Teacher Cora, for the definition of terms. Terminologies na po tayo.
Okay, thank you once again, Ma'am Marilyn. So we have 3 terminologies today. What are they? We have the line of sight, the angle of elevation, and the angle of depression. What is the line of sight? Ano ang ibig sabihin nito? Okay? Line of sight is an imaginary line that connects the eye of an observer to the object being observed. For example, sabi na sa instruction mo sa maliit mong kapatid, where is the moon? Where's the moon? Paggabi. Ano ang titingnan ng bata? Sa itaas, sa langit. So, that is the line of sight. Pag tumingin naman sa baba, that is still the line of sight. Then we have the angle of elevation. The angle of elevation is the angle between the horizontal line and the line of sight, which is above the horizontal line, and it is formed when an observer looks upward. So what does it mean by the horizontal line? Kapag tumingin ka straight, that is the horizontal line. May tiningnan ka mula sa mata mo, may tiningnan ka, may butiki sa kisame. Yes. May butiki sa kisame, that is the line of sight, and the angle formed by the horizontal line and the line of sight is the angle of elevation. Ayan.
Or halimbawa, Mami Course, nag-argue siya.
Yeah. Nag-argue kasi. And we have the third one, which is the angle of depression. Ayan, may hinuhuli kang daga sa floor. Then we have the line of sight. Ipis at daga, mga peste. Then, hinahabol mo, tapos gusto mong ganunin. Okay, there is the angle of depression. Okay, ulitin ko, pag angle of elevation, may tinitingnan ka na mas mataas sa'yo. Okay? Pero kapag angle of depression, mas mababa sa, siyempre, sa mata mo. Okay? Back to you, Ma'am Delma.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Cora. So, pagsama-samahin natin yung 3 terms ngayon, mga anak. So, line of sight, angle of elevation, and angle of depression. Ayan na ang mata. Yan, ang mata. So, yung angles natin dito ay nalabelan mga anak ng alpha and beta. Okay. Hindi Omicron, ano? Sige. Alpha and beta. So, asan yung horizontal line? Siyempre, horizontal line, ito mga anak, yung diretso. Yan, diretsong tingin. Yan. Pero pag ang object natin ay nasa taas, sabi nga ni Ma'am Cora, gaya ng butiki sa kisame, ang ifo-form na angle niyan ay si alpha. Kasi, ay bakit parang infinity naman yung ano ko? Alpha, yan. Ay, dumugtong. Basta yan. Ang line of sight niya yan ay line of elevation. So, pataas, elevation. Sabay-sabay, elevation. Okay. Pero pag nasa baba, kagaya ng tinitingnan mong daga na gusto mong hulihin, yan. Ang line of sight naman na mafo-form doon ay angle of depression. Na dito sa ating drawing ay si angle beta. So, si alpha ay elevation, si beta ay depression. So, itutuloy natin with the next slide. Asan na siya? Yan. Angles of elevation and depression. Sino na ba to? Ma'am Cora ba? Yan. Ma'am Marilyn. Back to you, Ma'am Marilyn.
Napaka-energetic talaga ni Teacher Delma. Thank you, Teacher Delma. So, yung slide na susunod, ito yung tanong. Yung angle of elevation daw ba ay equal sa angle of depression? So, yan ang i-discuss natin sa slide na to. Paki-next po. Ayan. So, suppose there's a tower, globe tower yan. Pero pag nakita ni GM yan, Eiffel Tower, sabi niya. Okay, and the house. Okay, tapos we have the horizontal line. So, ito yung ating horizontal line. And then, meron tayong line of sight. So, from that line of sight, sige po, paki-next lang, meron tayong angle na mafo-form kasi above siya eh. From the horizontal line, so the line of sight is above. So, ang angle na na-form ay angle of elevation. Sige, paki-next lang po. And then, from the top naman, yung nasa taas ng tower, so yung line of sight niya, that is the horizontal pa rin, horizontal line, top horizontal line. Pag tumingin naman siya sa baba, dun sa house, that is the angle of depression. So kung napansin nyo, nakabuo tayo ng parallel lines dyan, di ba? The top horizontal and the bottom horizontal. So anong tawag dun sa line of sight? Sa other terminology natin in geometry, that is the transversal. So meron tayong tinatawag na alternate interior angles. So naging transversal yung ating line of sight. Therefore, di ba, in geometry, the alternate interior angles are congruent. So nasagot na yung tanong kanina. Kung yung ating bang angle of depression at angle of elevation ay congruent. So the answer is yes, they are equal. Because, sige, paki-next po yung note natin. Because yung note natin, since the two horizontal lines are parallel by alternate interior angles, the angle of depression must be equal to the angle of elevation. So, yan. So, start na tayo sa activity. Meron tayong activity, Teacher Marife. Number 1. I-identify lang nila kung elevation or depression. Yun lang. Ayan. So, number 1, mga anak, paki-comment nyo nga. Wala na daw siyang points na lang. Wala na daw.
Mga anak, every time nasasali kayo sa mga activities natin, screenshot ninyo, then lahat ng mga yan isend mo mamaya kay teacher. Okay.
Yes. So, please identify muna what kind of angle was formed. Ito yung first picture natin. Number na lang.
Okay,
so,
sige.
Number 1. Is it elevation or depression?
Okay, tignan natin.
Tignan natin ang unang Ay! Nasobrahan. Sige, ulit. Wala kayo nakita. Ayun.
Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin. Si Angeli Pineda is nanalo siya kanina ng 20 pesos worth of load, di ba? Pero dito, siya nakakuha ng tamang sagot, pero additional point na lang. Anak ha, mababang prop naman tayo. Screenshot mo.
Dominia.
Ang daming nakakuha ng tamang sagot, di ba?
Okay, number 2 na tayo, Teacher Delma. Ayan. Next picture, yung shaded na angle. What kind of angle is that? Number
Okay,
2.
so,
Meron
meron
na!
na.
Bilis!
Si Rovelyn Isabel Dominia of Nine Mendel.
Wow,
Ang
humahabol
sagot
ang
ay
mga
depression.
Mendel.
Oh, diba?
Galing!
Very good. So, at dahil dyan, marami ding nakakuha ng tamang sagot. O, dahil marami nakakuha ng tamang sagot, paki-screenshot nyo na lang mga anak and then ipunin ninyo yan. Minsanan ang pag-send mamaya kay teacher. Okay. Congratulations. May we have number 3.
Number 3 na. Yan.
Number 3. So, tignan natin sa number 3.
Kung sino ang unang makakakuha ng tamang sagot.
Sino kaya sa kanila?
What kind of angle is that?
Number 3.
Oy!
Number 3.
Oh, diba?
Christian Vino of 9 Darwin. Elevation. Oh, 'di ba? At ang dami ding nakakuha ng tamang sagot. So,
may kalamansi.
yes, may kalamansi. Wow, Mendel. Pasture, Darwin. Ang gusto, wala naman akong nakikitang. Oo nga, nasa ng SPJ, SPA. Oh.
Oh, may SPJ.
Ayan, kalamansi,
Joshua.
meron din.
Joshua
Joaquin. SPA meron. Angel Januaria.
SPD.
Ay, may atis na.
May guyabano.
Wow, si Gerald Fernandez. Wow, thank you so much. Kahit pa paano.
Oh, Pascual.
Asan na yung
SPJ.
Pascual? Oh, SPJ. Sino pa? SPA. Angel Januaria. Oo, nasa... Oh, SPJ. Jamaica Santos. Uyabano. Jasmine Bautista Akpal. Oh. At, si Ma'am Cora.
Meron.
Ay, meron na sino yun natin?
Meron. Makopa.
Makopa.
Princess Ira. Cabarubias.
Invisible yung sagot.
Sige, answer na tayo ng Roleta question number.
Okay. Eto na yung unang 10 na nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Yes, tignan natin. Okay, kung lahat tayo ay merong representative. Yes. Oh, congratulations. The answer is letter A. Congratulations to Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin, Jasmine Akpal of 9 Guyabano, Rio Mori de Guzman of 9 Mendel, Ismael Pascual of 9 SPJ, Charmel Ann Ramirez of 9 Lanzones, Lorly Faye Orate of 9 SPJ, Jewel Lacalilaw of 9 SPJ, Fatima Manukdok of 9 Lanzones, Lovely Jane Fabro of 9 SPJ, and Reginald Bernardo of 9 Chico. Ito yung nasa abroad. Oh, di ba? Yes.
Palagi
Spin
yan.
na natin. Tignan natin kung sino ang mananalo ng 30 pesos worth of load sponsored by Ma'am Larnat San Nevado and Engineer Ali J. Bagulo. Sabi ko na nga ba every time na sumasali siya, siya ang nananalo. Oh yes, congratulations to Reginald Bernardo of 9 Chico. Wow.
Diba? Nasa abroad yan.
Yes, mami, nasa abroad po siya. Pero tingnan mo, patuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral kahit nasaan. Diba?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, ibigay na natin ang pangatlong tanong.
Sir Joshel.
Sir Joshel?
Ayan. Math Roleta question number 3. Identify the given angle if po yun, elevation or depression. Ulitin ko, identify the given angle if elevation or depression. Okay. Sige, type your answer with your name and section in our chat box. Okay, so let's have the problem solving and the examples with Teacher Cora and Teacher Delma.
Thank you, Ma'am Marilyn. So let us proceed with the most favorite part of any lesson, any topic, and that is problem solving. Okay. It is very easy to solve problems about angles of depression and elevation. Basta sundin lang ang mga sumusunod. Okay? So, first step or step 1 is draw the triangle, the needed triangle to fit the problem. So, what does it mean? Yung triangle mo ay fitted doon sa problem. So, there is the triangle there. So, meron nang nakadrawing na triangle. Okay? And then, number 2 is label the sides from the angle's view. What does it mean? So, we have the angle of elevation and depression. Sabi ni Ma'am Marilyn kanina, the angle of elevation is congruent to the angle of depression because the line of sight serves as the transversal. Okay? Because angles formed by a transversal are always congruent. Okay? So, we have there the length of the string or distance, which we call the hypotenuse of the right triangle. And then, we have the height above the ground. Or, nakikita ninyo yon yung height yon. Okay? Then, we have the distance from the base or along the ground from the eye of the observer. So, we have there the angle. Ilalagay na natin yung angle, kung anong gusto nyo, alpha, beta, or theta, or x, pwede. So, you put there the angle, and in the figure that is theta. Yan yung angle natin. And then, step 3 is identify the trigonometric function that is suited to the problem. So, kung kailangan ang opposite side and hypotenuse, anong gagamitin? It is the sine function. Pag ang given ay adjacent side and hypotenuse, you are going to use the cosine function. And if the given are the opposite side and the adjacent side, you use the tangent function. Now, in this next step is set up an equation. Ano kayang trigonometric function ang gagamitin? Ano yung equation kaya natin? And then last, we have to solve for the variable. Ano ang mga variable na pwedeng lalabas dyan? It will be the unknown. It can be any side of the triangle. It can be the opposite side, the adjacent side, the hypotenuse, or the given angle. Okay? Use inverse trigonometric function if you are going to find the measure of the angle. Okay? Then, may we have Ma'am Delma for example number 1?
Okay, so let's have example number 1. Ayan, magdo-drawing tayo mga anak. At a point on the ground, 15 feet from the foot, o diba para siyang tongue twister. 15 feet from the foot of the flagpole, hindi naman siya masyadong ma-F, di ba? At a point on the ground, 15 feet from the foot of the flagpole, the angle of elevation to the top of the pole is 53 degrees. Find the height of the flagpole. Okay, so i-drawing natin mga anak. Sabi nga, kailangan nating i-draw yung ating triangle. So, pwedeng, I'll show you, asan ayaw gumalaw ng aking, ayan. Pwedeng, ang triangle natin ay ganito. You may illustrate the problem this way. Ito si flagpole. Ayan, lagyan natin ng bandila dyan. Yan si flagpole. And meron tayong 15 feet mula dun sa ground, dun sa foot ng flagpole to at one point na nag-form ng angle of elevation na 53 degrees and this is 15 feet. Okay, find the height of the flagpole. Dinodrawing ko na, nilelabelan ko na rin ha. Kailangan kasi nating mag-label mga anak. Magulo. Ang lahat ay magulo pag walang proper na label. Yan. So you may illustrate the problem this way. Usually ganito ako mag-drawing. Pero pwede din naman ganito. Nandito sa kabila si flagpole natin. Yan, si flagpole. Tapos, 15 feet pa rin mula doon. This is 15 feet. And ito pa rin yung ating angle form. Wala namang problema kung ganito ang illustration mo. Feet yan. Lagyan natin ng T. Yan. So, pareho lang sila. Anyway, pareho lang ang ibig sabihin yan. So, you may illustrate it with the first one or the second one. Now, let's move on to the next na label na natin. Ngayon, i-identify natin kung anong trigonometric function. So, ang given natin ay angle. So, dapat ito yung angle natin, 53 degrees. Another given is yung side. So, anong relationship ng side sa given angle? So, mayroon tayong dalawang sides ha, opposite and adjacent. So, since 53 degrees ay ito, hindi si opposite ang given, kundi si adjacent. Si opposite ang ating hinahanap. So, anong trigonometric function yon? Adjacent and opposite ang involved. So, we'll be using the tangent function. So, that would be tangent. Yung angle natin is given 53 degrees is equal to, anong opposite niya? Opposite ni angle ay si yung ating height ng flagpole. So, i-x natin yan. Hindi natin siya alam. Yan. All over, ano ang adjacent natin? 15 feet. Okay, so we solve. We cross-multiply, so we get x is equal to tangent 53 degrees times 15. So, labas ang mga calculator. Pindutin natin yan. Tangent 53 times 15 and you will get 19.91 feet. So, yaan ang height ng ating flagpole. Mataas, no? Siyempre, kailangan mataas yung ating flagpole. Nasundan ba o screenshot na yan? Or pwede nyong panoorin later. So, for example number 2, we will have Ma'am Cora this time. Mami Cora!
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Delma. So, we have example number 2. Okay? Kanina ay flagpole. Ngayon naman ay ang shadow. Shadow. Anino. Aniniwan. Aniniwan and anino. A 12-meter high post cast a shadow or cast a 19-meter shadow. What is the angle of elevation to the sun? Okay? So, ano yung first step natin? Ang step 1 natin is let us draw the triangle that will fit the problem. So, we have there the triangle with x as the unknown angle. Okay? Step 2 is label the sides from the angle's view. So, meron tayong angle x diyan with the opposite side which measures 12 meters and with the adjacent side which measures 19 meters. Okay, tama. 12 meters and 19 meters. Ayan. Next number or step is identify the trigonometric function fitted to the problem or to the triangle. So, since the opposite side of angle x and the adjacent side of angle x are given, ano yung alin sa tatlong trigonometric ratios ang involved? Ini-involve niya ang opposite side and adjacent side. It is not sine, it is not cosine, so it is the tangent function. And we define the tangent function as the opposite side over the adjacent side. TOA. Okay, so let us set up the equation now. The equation is tangent x degrees because we are going to find the angle measure equals 12 feet or 12 divided by 9. And what is 12 divided by 9? If you divide 12 by 9, it will be 0.6316 or you just do this second shift or second F or shift tangent. Ang mag-appear dyan is tangent raised to negative 1. Then, press the open parenthesis and then press also 12 over or 12 divided by 19 and close parenthesis. What will you get? Pag pinindot nyo, pag prines nyo ito, it will be 32.28. So what does it mean by 32.28? That is already the measure of the angle. So that x is equal to 32.28 degrees, which means that the angle of elevation to the sun is 32.28 degrees. Okay, back to you, Ma'am Delma.
Yan. Thank you, Ma'am Cora. And now for example number 3. Ito talaga nag-practice ako to ng pag-illustrate kanina. Sana lumabas nga siyang ganyan. So let me read to you the problem. From an airplane at an altitude of 1,200 meters, the angle of depression to the Kawayan City Airport measures 28 degrees. Find the horizontal distance from the plane to the airport. Ayan na, Mami Cora, magdodrawing na ako.
May airplane. Nasa Kawayan
Okay,
Airport tayo.
Asan na yan?
Okay.
From an airplane. So, kailangan...
Cebu Pacific.
Pinag-practicean ko talaga tong airplane na to. Sana lumabas siya ng maayos. Ayan.
Yan na si Cebu
Kinakabahan
Pacific.
tuloy ako. Okay. Asan na si airplane? Lagyan natin ng airplane.
Ayan.
Bakit parang kabayo naman ata yung lumala? Bakit nanginginig naman na ako, Mami Cora? Kanina maayos yung
Wow,
kabayo.
unti-unti ko nang nakikita. Ganda ang kwan.
Airplane to,
Ang
anak,
kaliwanagan.
Ito ibon,
Oo.
ha? Hindi yan pagaw.
Oo. Nakikita ko na.
Sabi niya, basta yan yung airplane, walang kontrahan.
Okay.
Try nyo kayang mag-drawing. Ang hirap kayo. Okay, ang altitude niya, anong ibig sabihin nun? Height.
Yung height.
Yung height ng
Kataas.
airplane sa taas ay 1,200 meters. So, yung height na yan ay 1,200 meters. Tapos, ano yan? Yung, diretso yan ha, nanginginig kasi ako, yung runway ng Kawayan City Airport. Hindi ko pa na-try dyan. Kailangan kaya ako makakapunta dyan sa Kawayan City Airport. Yan, hindi ko pa na-try dyan. Ayan, tapos, ang given natin? Ang angle of depression. Kasi dito sa baba yun, 28 degrees. O, ganyan. Anong hinahanap? Find the horizontal distance from the plane to the airport. Kasi si airport nandito. Horizontal distance. So, nandito to. Ayan. Gaano kalayo si Kawayan City Airport here. Dun sa horizontal distance niya with the plane na nasa taas pa. Okay. So, anong trigonometric function ang gagamitin natin? Again, this is the angle. Ang hinahanap natin is this side. Ang given ay yung opposite. So, ang hirap naman, di ba? It's tangent. Tama kayo doon. So, iset up na natin siya. That's tangent 28 degrees is equal to, anong opposite ng degree ay ng 28 degrees? Ang opposite niya ay si 1,200. Ano ang adjacent side niya? Yun ang hinahanap natin. So, lagi natin gamitin si X. Let's use X, Yan. Then, solve na natin. X times tangent, 28 degrees is equal to 1,200. So, para maiwan si X, kailangan nating iwan si X sa kabilang side ng equation. Hiwalayan. Kaya, divide natin yan ng tangent 28. Wala namang masyadong emosyon dito, anak. Nagsosolve tayo. So, X therefore is equal to 1,200 divided by tangent 28 degrees. Nung kapanahunan ko, table pa ata ang ginagamit namin dito. Table of values, ganyan. Ngayon, ipipindot na lang sa calculator. Ayan, 1,200 divided by tangent 28 degrees and you will get 2,256. Ayan, may point pa. Point 87 or 2,256 meters kung naka-round off ang ating sagot. Okay, so sana naintindihan nyo mga anak. Ang saya-saya kaya nito. Pag natutunan nyo to at naintindihan talaga, ay hayahay sa senior high school hanggang college. Promise. Yan. Magagamit nyo ng bonggang-bongga yan mga anak. So I hope nakatulong ang mga yan. Malayo pa ang eroplano. Malayo pa yung eroplano, ibig sabihin. Matagal pa siyang lumanding. Yan. So, sige. I think ready na tayo for the winners, yung 10 nakakuha ng sagot ng Math Roleta. Question number 3. Back to you, Ma'am Marife and Ma'am Marilyn.
Yes, thank you so much, Teacher Delma. Ito na, dahil kailangan talagang i-label si X.
Yes.
Patuloy na hinahanap si X.
Yes.
At
Kahit
ang tanong,
kinalimutan na.
yes, ang tanong, worth it ba si X?
Yes.
So, dahil patuloy siyang hinahanap. Okay, so, ito na ang unang 10 na nakapagbigay ng tamang sagot. So, we have here, the answer is depression. Congratulations to Angeli Pineda of 9 Darwin, Christian Vino of 9 Darwin, Gerald Fernandez of 9 Atis, Romar Fajardo of 9 Calamansi, Kate Cyrene Ordinario of 9 Darwin, Jasmine Nakpal of 9 Guyabano, Ismael Pascual of 9 SPJ, Ray Mori de Guzman of 9 Mendel, Glyza Salvador of 9 SPJ, and Joshua Joaquin of 9 Calamansi.
Calamansi.
Congratulations!
Inggit ako.
Tignan natin kung sino ang mapalad na makakakuha ng panghuling tanong. Pangalawa na siya. Romar Fajardo of 9 Calamansi. Wow! Siya yung unang winner kanina, and then siya rin yung nagtapos. Oh.
Araw na to.
Yes, dahil Calamansi Festival tayo ngayon. Tignan mo naman, pack na pack ang 9 Calamansi. O, di ba? Dahil dyan, congratulations, Romar Fajardo. O, 2 beses siyang nanalo. So, meron siyang 60 pesos na siya. Yes.
Okay,
Congratulations, Romar.
Okay, application na tayo ng ating Angles of Elevation and Depression.
And the summary by
Teacher Cora.
Okay. Sige, application muna tayo by Teacher Marilyn.
Yan. So, let's have the application of angles of elevation. Actually, ang daming application ng elevation and depression eh. Kanina lang doon sa mga examples natin kanina. Yes, application na yon. Actually, ito lang from Science Direct. So, elevation, angle of satellite. Okay, measurements collected from low elevation angle satellites are most likely to have multipath. Anong ibig sabihin ng multipath? Propagation of electric waves over a number of different paths. Therefore, it is common for the elevation angle of satellites to be used in the stochastic model. Anong ibig sabihin ng stochastic model? Enables the estimation of unknown parameters. So, to reduce the influence of data collected from low elevation angle satellites on the positioning solution. So, yung picture natin, this is the Global Navigation Satellite System. This is the permanent station. So, kung napansin nyo daw, the elevation angle, so the GNSS satellite should be mas mataas kesa dun sa ating low elevation angle satellites para maiwasan yung pag-collect nyo ng mga unnecessary unnecessary signals. So, pag mas mataas daw yung satellites, mas maganda or mas malakas yung signal na marireceive ng ating permanent station. So, that is the application of elevation, angles of elevation in science and navigation. So, Ayan, so siguro naman malinaw na ang ating
Yes.
application. And for the summary, Teacher Cora.
Basic ratios, trigonometric ratios. Okay na. Okay, we have the sine function, cosine function, and the tangent function, wherein the sine function is again the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, and the cosine function is again defined as the ratio of the adjacent side to the hypotenuse of the right triangle, and the tangent function is the opposite side to the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side of the right triangle. You have also learned how to find an angle using the inverse trigonometric function, like for instance, for the format, we have the trigonometric function or the inverse of the trigonometric function. Then some side divided by some other side that is equal to the measure of the angle. And to solve any trigonometric word problem, we are going to follow 5 steps, wherein step 1 is to draw the given triangle to fit the problem. Step 2 is to label the sides from the angle's view. And number 3, you identify the trigonometric function to use. And number 4, you set up the equation. And lastly, you solve for the variable or for the missing part of the right triangle. Okay, back to you, my dear hosts.
Wow! Thank you so much, Teacher Cora. Actually, hindi lang pala magagaling, Teacher Marife, yung discussants natin today. Magaling din pala mag-drawing.
Yes,
Diba?
oo naman.
May napatunayan tayo
Hindi
ngayon.
mo ba alam na ang second course ni Teacher Delma is, kung hindi engineering is architecture, fine arts. O, diba?
Okay, so this is the quote for today. Life is just like an angle of depression and an angle of elevation. Thus, it entirely depends upon the viewers from which dimension they will see it.
Yes.
Actually, ito pumapasok dito yung pagiging positive. Parang check on the positive side.
Yes.
Kasi nakikita mo yung dalawang side, the negative and the positive
Yes.
side. So, depende sa viewer, depende sa'yo kung saan mo titignan. So,
Yeah,
always
true.
think or tingnan natin yung positive side
Depende
niya.
din yan sa perspective.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes. Diba?
So,
Perspective.
yan, importante yun. Depende yan sa perspective ng tao, di ba? Kung paano niya i-judge yung nakikita
nasa sa
niya.
kanya yun.
Oh, di ba?
Kung paano niya tignan ang isang bagay.
Yes.
Kung elevation ba yon or depression. Actually, elevation kasi parang yun yung positive.
Yes, yes,
Yung
talaga.
depression yun yung pababa.
Oo.
So, yun yung negative.
So, choice niya yun.
Yes.
Choice niya yun kung gusto niyang tignan ito under angle of depression, that is on the negative side. Or, gawin niya itong positive,
Yes.
or that is an angle of elevation.
Yes.
O, diba? Choice niya yon. So, alam na. Kaya dapat, laging good vibes lang.
Parang yung pandemic, di ba, Teacher Marife?
Oo.
Yung pandemic din, yung iba tinitignan siya pagka na-lockdown, parang yung iba ang tingin, this is a chance to bond with your family.
Yeah. So, positive
So, doon natin siya tignan, yung positive side.
Yes.
Okay,
Samantalang yung iba, nung pandemic, naiinis sila.
Yes, na-stress sila.
Na-stress sila kasi hindi sila makalabas. O,
Hindi
di
sila
ba?
makapag-
So, yun
mall.
yung depression. Kaya totoo, maraming nade-depress noon kasi hindi
Correct.
sila nakakalabas.
Yes.
At hindi lang yun, madami din kasing nawalan ng trabaho. O, di ba? So,
yun
talagang depende. Kung minsan din is, maganda din siyang, nagiging challenge kasi siya. Di ba?
Kung paano tayo tumingin sa mga bagay-bagay.
Yes.
Okay, magpasalamat na tayo.
Okay. Baka marami pa tayong masabi eh. Mahirap na. Okay.
Yes.
Oo.
Sige. Thank you very much once again. Of course, sa ating benefactors ng Math Alive sa Facebook Live, Ma'am Larna Tanevado and Engineer Ali J. Reyes Bagulo. And of course, hindi mabubuo ang ating production ngayon, ang ating episode today, kung wala ang ating mga
Production team.
Our technical specialist, Sir Joshua Resan Guillermo, Sir Dennis Mendoza, and Sir Mark Bagamaspal.
At dahil si Sir Joshua ngayon ang nandito lang, natural.
Siya lang ang pinakagwapo.
Yes, siya lang ang pinakagwapo. At nandito si Sir Dennis kanina.
Yes.
Pumapangalawa lang siya.
Na hindi nagmamadali.
Yes. Totoo. Marami ka talagang masasabi. At syempre, di ba? Ang ating officer in charge na napakaganda. Nakita mo naman.
Napaka-gorgeous.
Napakaganda. At napaka-modest.
Yes.
Di ba?
Damit.
Yes. That is Ma'am Ofelia
S.
Santiago Ralutin.
And of course, our head teacher 5 of Mathematics Learning Area, Ma'am Merlinda Dayao Dante.
Yes, ang
super
ating
ganda.
generous na head teacher 5
Sa ating
Ma'am Merlinda D. Dante.
Yeah.
Actually si Ma'am Marilyn ang sinabi niya, binulong na niya sa akin kanina. Sabi niya sa akin.
Bulong lang nga.
Binulong niya. Pero dahil binulong niya sa akin, ibubulong ko din sa inyo. Ibubulong ko sa inyo. Ibubulong ko din sa radyo. Sabi niya sa akin, Ma'am, may merienda din. May merienda tayo, Ma'am. Nag-order ako. Diba? At syempre, narinig din ni Sir Joshua. Dahil binulong ko.
Okay, ang ating magagaling na learning facilitators for today. Bawi, ang ating mga discussants, of course. Ayan na. Unahin
Teacher
natin
Naida
ang
Valencia Mangabat. Di ba?
Teacher Lorely Vergara Nitura.
Yeah. Teacher Delma Ferrer Quaresma.
And of course, Teacher Maria Corazon Akpal Molina.
Yes. Alam mo, hindi ko talaga nakakalimutan yung one na yan. Dahil yan ang number 1 noon nung third year ako. Number 1, sabi niya. Parang magpapag-quiz noong June. Write my complete name. Oh my God.
Wrong spelling wrong.
Yes. Importante kasi talaga yon.
Yes.
Yun ang talaga. Pati ako na-adapt ko yun nung naging teacher ako. Kasi dapat alam ng estudyante ang pangalan ng teacher niya. Yes. Hindi pa niya alam yung teacher niya, di ba? Kaya our dear learners, please lang, kahit papaano, dapat alam niyo din ang pangalan namin. Mahirap yung hindi ninyo alam.
Tama.
Di ba? Importante yun.
Matatapos na yung school year, di pa kilala.
Yes. Okay. And of course, special thanks also, syempre, to our RBI script writer and presentation designer. And of course, naging fussy siya.
Fussy lahat na.
Teacher Marilyn. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, kompleto. Okay. Teacher Marilyn Martin Juliano.
And of course, ang aking co-host for today na always gorgeous din, diba? Diba? Buhay na buhay at laging on the go at laging energetic. Teacher Marife Flores Guillermo.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so thank you for joining us and staying with us today. See you again next time on Math Alive sa Facebook Live. Bye! Stay safe everyone. Happy Fiesta Aurora. Yeah, Happy Calamansi Festival. Happy 4th Calamansi Festival.
Pre-calculus, advanced algebra, intermediate algebra, trigonometry, elementary algebra, geometry. Mga araling dapat tuklasin. Mathematics Learning Area. Mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan. Mathematics, maaasahan inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing! Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR FM.